Hey cinephiles, and welcome back to another Movie Clips review. I'm JS, and today we're talking about The Weekend. Chances are you've seen or heard of Richard Linklater's ambitious Before Sunrise films. Thus far, there's been 3 in the series, each set 9 years apart and exploring a day in the life of the relationship and romance of Jesse and Celine. Before Sunrise began with strangers on a train. The Weekend also begins with a couple on a train, but in this case it's a senior couple on their way to Paris to celebrate their 30th wedding anniversary. I bring up Before Sunrise because The Weekend feels a lot like what we might see in another 2 entries from last year's Before Midnight. Nick and Meg, played by Jim Broadbent and Lindsay Duncan, are a British couple who have recently achieved empty nester status but are far from comfortably retiring. He's a professor and an author, and we learn that she shares his academic background. It's evident that the ties of their marriage have become tired and tried. That's not to say that there's not much adoration to be found in this film. Duncan and Broadbent both have this affectionate adoration with each other that matches their solemn demeanor. Like any realistic portrayal of a romance, we see the love and all the work that takes to maintain it. Is this trip a hopeful rekindle of their passion, or might it be a last hurrah? Whatever the case, these veteran actors prove to us within moments that these are characters who have been bound by decades. From a montage of standing outside fancy-named restaurants looking at the menu in hopes that it appeases both parties, to the peeled-back rawness of hotel room R&R, The Weekend really gets and depicts what it's like to trip with a lover. The stereotypical weaknesses of men and women and the individual idiosyncrasies of Nick and Meg are demonstrated in one scene after another. The film only derails its course when other characters are introduced, namely a former student of Nick's, played by Jeff Goldblum. It's not so much that The Weekend loses its way necessarily, as much as it acknowledges that third parties can and do have an impact on relationships. I give The Weekend a 4 out of 5. It's beautiful without distracting, clever without indulgence, and true without agenda. It's a rare find that deserves a seat at the table of Before Sunrise, probably towards the end, as another study of a heterosexual romance and a slice of life. The Weekend gets a limited release on March 14th. For Movie Clips, I'm JS, and this is Ripley. See you next time.